Sports presents Big Ten Basketball. Tonight, it's the Fighting Illini at the University of Illinois visiting the 20th ranked Iowa Hawkeyes. This game comes to you from the Carver-Hawkeye Sports Arena in Iowa City, Iowa. 15,000 capacity crowd here. The officials for this Big Ten game. The referee is Richard Weiler. And on the left is Eric Harmon. On the right, Ed Hightower. These two teams played just a week ago. That time, Illinois won it by 1 point, 62-61.
Well, we'll take a look at the Illinois starting lineup. Winters and Welch, some firepower there. Leonard, a strong guy on the boards. He can be a rough one as far as being physical on both ends of the boards. Douglas and Harper, a couple of quick guards. Harper, of course, outstanding defenseman, and he'll get his points, too. He's averaging 20 in the last 5 games. Iowa coming up with the lineup they've used all season. Gannon at Payne, Stokes at center, Carfino and Hansen the guards, and they are quick, and some of them, especially Carfino, will like to shoot from the outside if he can. Okay, Jimmy.
Well, Gannon's been off in his scoring. He's been suffering a little from the flu bug. He scored only 1 point in the last 2 games. I know Lute Olson hopes he can get back in gear tonight. The Twin Towers represent the strength for Iowa inside, Payne and Stokes. Illinois tough in the backcourt with Harper, Douglas, and Winters coming on. When Illinois won, they broke a tie between these two. They have been tied at 46 wins apiece. And now Iowa will try to tie it up again here tonight at the Carver Arena. Tip to be controlled by Iowa. Tipped by Payne over to Gannon. And the gold-clad Hawkeyes will go to the attack. Illinois, as always, and they're matching up man-for-man defense. Iowa trying to make another post-game tournament. May have to do it as Matt Lahr's team. Hansen down the middle. Collides in there, and there's a foul. That'll be on Douglas. First one is on Bruce Douglas, the freshman guard for Illinois. So Iowa takes it right inside to Illinois' tough man-for-man defense.
Well, I figured that time if he got around and not fouled, Douglas, that is, not fouling, I think the center in there would have taken the ball right away from Brian Hennard. He had ground.
This guy may be the best offensive guard at Iowa since Ronnie Lester, and I understand Lester's here tonight to watch his old teammates. It's a must-win for Iowa. They've lost 5 in the Big Ten. 2-0. The Hawkeyes take their first lead of the ball game. Little pressure backcourt by Carfino. Carfino on Douglas. Carfino probably will be guarded in turn by Derek Harper. Welch takes a look at the side. Posting up down low was Ephraim Winters. They give it to Winters for the jump shot, and Illinois ties it quickly, getting it to the big man Winters. A defensive man lost his footing down there for Iowa.
Hawkeyes bringing it up quickly.
Carfino up in the perimeter. Well, this guy, if he gets on a hot streak, he can really kill you. And Carfino hits his first shot of the game. Iowa leads 4-2. Iowa man for man at the other end. Now they're matching. There's sort of a matchup zone here by Iowa. Iowa matching up in the zone. Illinois man for man. Welch, good fake to get rid of his man. And Illinois is 2 for 2, and that ties it at 4.
What a good fake on Gannon that time. Had Gannon going in the air, going right by him.
Hansen from the left. Both teams are shooting like blazes from the opening gun. And Iowa's back in the lead 6-4. They played only a minute and a half. Nobody's really missed a shot. The only shot that didn't go in, there was a foul on the play.
Both of these clubs, when they got together earlier for their first game, did an exceptional job at shooting. Iowa was 500% or 50%, and 48% for Illinois.
And goes Leonard, draws the foul from Stokes. Leonard got by Payne. Stokes tried to switch off from the weak side. That'll be a foul on Greg Stokes, and that's one of the keys for Iowa. They have to keep Greg Stokes out of foul trouble. It killed him in the first meeting.
Stokes trying to get the block here, but he made contact as he reaches in here and goes up and commits the foul. As you mentioned, he sat down after 14 minutes in the first game recently because of foul trouble.
He shouts to Leonard. So Iowa's not going to be able to tie it up this time unless they get some sort of a tip in. This guy's been playing great defense. He'll probably get Stokes tonight. And Illinois will get the rebound. They got a chance to tie it. 6-4 Iowa. Douglas penetrating. Derek Harper from the corner. Air ball. And Winters taps it up, and it's almost tipped in by Iowa. Finally pulled down by Hansen. Iowa's got the ball with a 2-point lead. Illinois man for man. Payne tries to take it in on Winters. Loose ball. Winters has got it. Winters has it almost stolen away. It's going to be a jump ball. Illinois will get the ball, so it becomes a turnover in effect, and Illinois now has a chance to tie the score.
Well, both teams that time, instead of going for the ball, almost looking for the man that might be coming up to wrestle him for the ball. Finally getting the jump ball in possession, as you mentioned, taken over by Illinois.
These two have been playing a long time. Obviously, Ray, these teams really are keyed up. You can tell from the very outset here, so they're going to make a few mistakes just by being fired so high.
Well, Illinois has won 4 of their last 5. Iowa trying to win 2 in a row for the first time this year.
Harper downside, and he goes out of bounds, steps on the baseline. He was trying to draw somebody in and feed off. It was Leonard that time, and there's Lou Henson orchestrating from the side. He's all-time winning coach in the Big Ten among active coaches as far as Big Ten games are concerned. 6-4, Iowa leads. Defense now has taken over a little bit after that offensive flurry at the outset by both teams. Down low is Stokes, and he double dribbles. Good defensive play by Ephraim Winters. Forces a double dribble by Michael Payne.
Exactly.
Lou Olson doesn't like it.
No, he doesn't. I think he was looking for maybe a foul on that, but it was a good, strong defensive play. He touched the ball and not the man.
Olson is Iowa's winningest coach. 184 victories here. Illinois tries to tie it. Leonard's got the tying basket. Brian Winters ties it up.
Makes up for missing those 2 at the free throw line.
Third time it's been tied. The front line is with all the scoring so far for Illinois. Inside Michael Payne, tips it in, comes out. Rebound by Welch. Boy, Payne had 2 good shots at it. His shooting has just been a little bit off. 6-6 tie. Illinois has not led yet. Harper, that was a good defensive switch by Gannon. Prevented Harper from going through. Oh, the crowd really roaring here now. Iowa thought they might lose some of the home court advantage. There's an offensive foul by Anthony Welch. Good defense by Gannon. Welch on a ball control foul turns it back to Iowa.
He had an idea. He wanted to go to the baseline. You can see the elbow come up to brace himself against the defensive man, and that's where the foul and the whistle occurred.
Well, we played 3.5 minutes. Iowa has really dominated this thing under Olson in recent years, although Illinois won the first game this week. This year was last week, 63-61. Free throw by Harper, who's stolen the ball in the final minute and a half. Payne off his knee. Well, Michael Payne has not been able to get on track so far.
Well, you're mentioning the record of these 2 teams, action between these 2 clubs over the years. This has not been a favorite spot for Illinois, Iowa City, not to mention the new arena here, but they haven't won since 1978 here.
Well, especially the first time they played. There's Ephraim Winters out racing Carfino. And here comes Illinois back. Douglas drives inside, and he's blocked on the foul by Gannon. Blocking foul on Gannon will put Douglas in the line. It was quite a race, wasn't it, between Winters and Carfino?
I tell you, we're getting pretty physical this early in the ball game. Again, driving out, 3 men covering, but Gannon goes in, makes the contact on the block.
Lou Henson, who's been to 7 NCAAs and 2 MITs in his stretch at Illinois. Bruce Douglas is playing against an old high school teammate. He and Michael Payne both played for those great teams at Quincy, Illinois. Now they're opposing each other. And that'll give us a timeout here with 15:47 to go in the first half. And with the score, Illinois leading for the first time, 8-6. Let's pause for these messages.
These 2 clubs tonight, but I'm really impressed by the talent in the backcourt by both clubs. When you take a look at the Derek Harper, a junior who is averaging better than 20 points and a great defensive ball player. And the young freshman Douglas, and don't turn our backs, of course, on Carfino and Hansen. They've been strong for Iowa all season.
Full court pressure by Illinois. Almost now. Here it's breaking now. Stokes with an open court. Stokes. Iowa beat the press and got an easy one.
Stokes going all the way and stuffing it away with ease.
Score tied again, 8-all. Stokes with a slam dunk has really got the crowd roaring. Illinois now slowing things down a little bit. You got a three-shot basket in the Big Ten, but no shot clock. As a push-off foul, and that's on Carfino. Carfino and Douglas. An interesting little sideshow in this game. That's the first foul on Carfino, the point guard for Iowa.
Early playing and close. Carfino, the foul called before this action. He came up with his hand on the body. And really questionable call.
Little hand check. 5 minutes into the game. We're tied at 2. There's a push off by Harper. Won't count. That's a ball control foul by Harper. That takes away the basket, gives the ball to Iowa.
We can see that right to our right, only about 25 feet away. The elbow came up once he went to the top of the lane there.
That's just little things he probably doesn't even conscious he did. Just sort of a reaction, trying to get a little freer for his jump shot. Now Carfino brings it in as Iowa will try to regain the lead. They fell behind at 8-6. There's the lob for Hansen, stolen by Welch. While they're trying to alley-oop to Hansen, but Welch, who's 6'9", was back there and easily intercepted. Illinois could get back on top. Tied at 8. Douglas penetrating on the inside and hitting. Bruce Douglas, boy, if he had one of the best-looking rookies in this league, I haven't seen him play. 10-8. Illinois. Gannon ties it for Iowa.
Carfino made that play work. He brought it all the way down in a hurry before the Illini could get set on their defense, passed it out. The shot made from the corner.
Illinois takes great pride in his defense, and Iowa aware of it. Oh, nice pump fake by Harper, and he draws the foul on Carfino. Second foul on Carfino. He's going to have his hands full trying to guard Bruce Douglas tonight. That's already 2 fouls. And here's a change for Illinois. Doug Altenberger comes in, a freshman. And they sit down Welch. This means a 3-guard lineup for Illinois now. Altenberger, Douglas, and Harper are in there with Winters and Leonard.
Well, you mentioned Douglas and his scoring. We saw just a moment ago what he's done. That's getting rid of the ball in the way of assists, leading the team with a total of 134 coming this game.
Well, he was Mr. Basketball in Illinois in high school. Illinois leads 11-10. Back in the lead by 1. Weak side pass almost over Gannon. Here's inside the paint for left. Well, sometimes you fall into one. Payne was right in the right spot at the right time, and Iowa goes back in the lead 12-11.
Right off the fingertips of Hansen, who was breaking in under the basket. The pass was intended for him.
Douglas up over Carfino, and Gannon rips it off. Here come the Hawkeyes with a 1-point lead. Nobody's led this game by more than 2. Lob inside to Stokes for the layup. And he's fouled on the play by Leonard. Could be a 3-point play.
They just did make this play work. A high lob, 2-man covering. He fights it off the coverage, and Stokes goes in and one hands it in there and draws a foul. So he gets the 2 points, and he'll go to the line for another one.
Well, quite a turnaround in the first game when Stokes became ineffective early in the game, picking up his 3rd foul with 12 minutes to go. And now we have 13:45. That's quite a difference. And now Stokes has 5 points and only 1 foul. And Iowa leads by 4. Its biggest lead.
He finished in that ball game with 11 points. And just think, if he'd been around for most of the game, what he could have done. Probably would have had 20 or better.
Here's Leonard coming across for the right hand. Nice, strong move by Brian Leonard. Notice for his defense. Got it on the scoring touch. 15-13 Iowa. Bergenpass now is checked in, replacing Carfino. Hansen coming to his left hand. Nice fake by Hansen. Gets over Winters. Tipped up and in by Stokes. Oh, what a move by Greg Stokes.
That's perfect timing that time of going up and just flicking it back up on the rim.
Another 4-point lead by Iowa. There's a jump shot by Leonard. Trying to make it 2 in a row. Iowa leading by 4. Bergenpass on the break. Todd Bergenpass. Down low to Hansen, who's posted up. Rebound by Ephraim Winters. Hansen popped it out of bounds. Bob Hansen got a mitt on the ball, but Illinois will get it. Leading back down court, trying to cut into this 4-point Iowa advantage. 17-13 Hawkeyes.
That could have been a big play by Hansen, because the Illini had 3 men going down, and Iowa was not getting set up too fast on the pinch.
They've moved Derek Harper to forward. There's Harper from the perimeter. So Harper comes from down low to hit from the outside. Gets his first basket after 7.5 minutes. 17-15. Broken up by Leonard. Has his defensive prowess. Here comes Illinois. Harper, Douglas on the drive. Banks it in. Big game by Bruce Douglas. 17 all. Illinois has come back to tie the score for the 6th time in the first 8 minutes. Outside goes Gannon. Gannon already has scored 4 times as many points as he had in the last 2 games combined.
Well, as you mentioned, he had not been feeling well, battling the flu bug, and probably the first time in over a week where he's felt 100%.
19-11. Now scored 19-17. 2-point lead. Scoreboard a little bit out of whack here at Carver Fieldhouse. Inside. Here's Ephraim Winters in traffic, hitting, and he's fouled. Ray foul is on Michael Payne. Number 1 on him. Boy, Winters had 2 guys all over him and hit that shot.
You know, he was thinking about not taking a shot, but passing it back out toward the lane. Instead, he went to the air with it, and wisely, because he drew the foul and came up with the points.
There's a good look at the Carver Sports Arena here in Iowa. 15,000, and every seat is sold for the season. Ephraim Winters, who may be the biggest, the best rookie in the Big Ten, may come down between he and a teammate, Bruce Douglas. But most agree this is the best guy coming in the league this year, and he's going to be a dominant player before he's finished. Well, it's a 1-point lead for Illinois now, 20-19, and we'll be back with more Big Ten basketball after these messages.
Strong at home, of course, but the Hoosiers coming up with his 5th road game and a win on 7 Big Ten contests this year. And Randy Whitman breaking out of that slump today, scoring a total of 26, and his teammate Kitchell came through with 21.
Well, those 2 guys are phenomenal, and Whitman's not going to stay in much of a slump. Andre Banks is now in the lineup for Iowa, fine freshman, now developing and giving the Hawkeyes some much-needed depth. Craig Anderson is also in for Iowa, so is Bergenpass. Oh boy, yep, it is a steal by Douglas. Boy, that Douglas has got some quick hands, doesn't he? Illinois leads 20-19. Douglas has had a fine first 9 minutes here, being guarded now by Bergenpass. Lobbed inside to Welch. Derek Harper tries to drive his man, takes the jump shot off the dribble. Derek Harper, what a Big Ten season he's having.
He was working on Banks that time. Banks stayed off him a little bit. There's a story in turnovers.
They're killing the Hawkeyes. 6 and Illinois only 1. You saw the steal a while ago by Bruce Douglas. Here's a shot by Bergenpass. Short. Rebound tipped outside. Stokes just gets it and behind it. Won't go.
He had too much time to think about that shot.
2 open. 22-19. Illinois' biggest lead now. 3 points. Coming toward the midway point in the first half. Iowa now man for man. Banks has got Harper. George Montgomery has to run down a narrow pass. Outside Harper. Rebound by Ephraim Winters after a head fake. He's got it. And Winters gets his 7th point. 7 apiece for Douglas and Winters, the 2 freshmen.
The one thing that Winters is doing in this game, a little more patient when he takes his shot. Earlier this season, he was not.
Here's Gannon way outside. Won't stay. Iowa getting some tough luck down at shooting. Illinois taking advantage with a 5-point lead. Its biggest. Biggest by either team. 24-19. Iowa now a man for man. Winters down front. Good head fake again by Winters. And Winters is putting the defense off guard with those shoulder and head fakes.
And boy, he took Stokes that time and faked one way, had Stokes go to the air, and then came back with a shot from the other side.
Oh, this is quite a run here. That's 7 straight points now by Illinois. There's Banks in the corner. That's another one in and out. And it'll be Iowa's ball. Welch could not handle the rebound. Luke Olson just scratching his head. What do you have to do? The last 3 shots have been in and rimmed out.
A couple of minutes since Iowa's been able to get anything through the net.
Well, one thing he does is come back in there with his regular starting lineup. He now has Carfino, with the exception of Banks, who's right now playing in place of Gannon. Lob on the inside of Stokes for a short one. And Payne follows. Payne underneath has to feed it off, and it is broken up by Douglas, and it'll go out of bounds to Iowa. Douglas couldn't hold it. Boy, Payne was trapped. That was a good defensive maneuver by Illinois to prevent Payne from scoring. He had the ball right into the basket.
Pretty much collapsed on him, and he had no way to go right or left.
Iowa's in a real scoring drought right here. They need a shot to get out of there. Payne does it. Michael Payne. 26-21, 5-point lead. Illinois had led by 7.
And you notice how Illinois had the middle and underneath the basket really clogged up, and they forced Payne to go outside that time to get 2 points and not from the inside.
Douglas goes down low with Carfino. Douglas hits again. Douglas is taking Carfino down low. Douglas played center in high school. That's why he can do that inside. 28-21. Illinois again by 7. Loud Hanson trying to shoot off the dribble. Carfino, and rebound is by Ephraim Winters. Illinois has done a great job in rebounding. 7-point lead by the Fighting Illini. Here goes Douglas, headed down front again, but Carfino cuts him off. They go to Ephraim Winters, baseline shot, and good block out by Iowa. Hawkeyes now will try to cut in the lead. They're trailing by 7. They like the 3-point shot. They'll use it as much as anybody in the league. Banks on a 2-pointer. Andre Banks, the freshman from Chicago, strikes back at his home state.
Went to the weak side that time as the defender had sort of collapsed to help out in the center. The ball didn't go in there, and Banks left wide open for that shot.
28-23, 5-point lead by Illinois. Myers Welch. Boy, Iowa now really clogging up the middle, but they get Harper, sneaks behind. Harper got free from his man for an easy basket. 30-23, again Illinois by 7. Stokes comes outside. Iowa's shooting remains cold. Here's a feed. It comes outside of Montgomery. Montgomery is checked by Carfino. Illinois becoming more of a poised team now. They've played erratically because of their youth early in the year, but now they're settling down. We're playing great ball, derailed by Northwestern, but you credit that to Rich Falk's team. What a season they're having. Win again today over Purdue. Eric Harper from outside. Stokes has it for Iowa. Hawkeyes are down by 7. Banks got the last 2 points, but he's cut off. Bob Hanson in close. Nice block by Harper. Boy, Harper continues to be one of the best defensive guards in the Big Ten. That was another example. And with 6 minutes and 40 seconds to go, and with the score, Illinois 30, Iowa 23. Let's pause for these messages. It's been peaks and valleys for Iowa this year. They were picked as one of the nation's powers. They're still ranked in the top 20, but they've had problems. And there's one of the reasons tonight, Ray, shooting.
Exactly right. They have had problems shooting not only from the field goal department, but also at the free throw line. In fact, these two clubs tonight are right down to the bottom of the pile of the Big Ten Conference when it comes to the charity stripe. As far as doing anything about it, well, they're going to have to improve the remainder of the season. Right now, it is the University of Illinois 10th and Iowa 9th at the free throw line.
Lute Olson, who is 7-1 against Iowa, or Illinois games played in Iowa City, 30-23. Illinois by 7. Illinois, tough man-to-man outside. Gannon. Boy, Gannon's getting back on the shooting flow of things for the Hawkeyes tonight. Little full court pressure now. Iowa's gone man for man. The zone didn't work. 30-25. Harper needs help. There's a loose ball. Iowa's got it. Here comes Andre Banks. Banks is in. Through the layup. Rebound down inside by Carfino. And Douglas has got a man down floor. Montgomery can't hold it. What a turn of events.
All right, Banks goes in. He's bothered there. And bothered by Harper. Now, they lose the ball. A long throw that goes down. Should have been caught. And an easy 2 on this one. Bad hands.
Yep. That should have been 2. Carfino cut off of the baseline. 3-pointer by Hanson. Well, maybe that's what Iowa needs to get going. The first 3-point shot of the game. 30-28. Iowa's pulled within 2. Well, Illinois' lead, which once was 7. is now evaporating. Backdoor, Welch. Here's Welch, jump shot. Welch, who was stopped by Gannon, had the presence to just stop, pivot around, hit a needle jump shot.
And Gannon, once he made the initial stop, eased up and allowed his opponent to make the play.
Here goes Hannon again. Hansen is off the mark, and Illinois has got it. 32-28. The Illini leads with 5 minutes to go in the half. Good pump fake by Bruce Douglas. Boy, is Douglas enjoying some half. 11 points for the freshman here in the first half. 34-28. Boy, he is showing his old teammate, Michael Payne. Here's how I'm doing it up for the Illini.
Now, that looks like I hope it goes in. It didn't only went in, but it swished in there. He had the radar on that one.
Now Gannon cuts back with a jump shot. Rebound is off to Leonard. Illinois is giving Iowa just one shot. Derek Harper fast break. Good change of pace. Harper on the dribble. And the rebound is Leonard, and there's a foul. It'll be against, I think, Derek Harper. So Harper's guilty of number 2 on him, number 5 on the Illini.
All right, the Iowa Hawkeyes really dominating the board here as they got 4 men, 5 men really underneath, and then coming in to make the foul.
Harper missed the shot, just tried to get back in there and cause something to happen, and he did, and it was a foul. Doug Altenberger returns for Illinois. Banks is getting a lot of action here tonight for Iowa. He's back in replacing Carfino. So Banks now takes over the point guard spot, teaming with Hansen. Away from the ball, there's a push-off, and that's going to be against Michael Payne. Second one on Payne. That gives the ball back to Illinois. Let's see if we can see it.
All right, well, we can see it. He works on Winters here, and he shoves him right out of the way. There it is right there. Because the man is trying to get to the basket. There's no way.
Well, how could he argue with that? Payne pushed him halfway across the state of Iowa. 34-28, 6-point lead. Now, what we might not have seen is the other guy pushing Payne earlier.
Right. Retaliation got caught. That's usually the way it happens.
Sometimes, but we know that Payne pushed his man. We saw that. Here's Douglas inside again. Douglas hasn't missed many. And rebound by Payne for Iowa.
Iowa becoming much more aggressive on the boards, especially the defensive board.
There was one Quincy guy missing. The other Quincy guy got the rebound. Stokes, and he is no. Rebound to Illinois. 34-28. Way over the head of Leonard goes another wild pass, and Lou Henson just slamming both palms downward, say, for heaven's sake, calm down. We'll get a timeout here with less than 4 minutes to go in the half. Illinois up by half dozen, and we'll have more Big Ten basketball from Iowa City after these messages. 15 minutes, and so far visiting Illinois holds the upper hand over Iowa, 34-28. Illinois wins this game. They'll be in tie for second place. And here's how these two teams take different views of a three-point play.
And how Illinois took 4 in their last ball game. Until that time, they were 1 for 4. As you can see, only 8 shots for the entire season, 5 of 16. Iowa, a little bit of different story, 29-70, and they made 1 tonight.
They probably use it more than anybody else in the Big Ten, and Illinois uses it least.
Well, I think maybe Purdue might be the one.
Well, maybe so. I guess so. 34-28. These two play, they just play it from midcourt. 6-point lead, Illinois. Backdoor, good move by Ephraim Winters. That big guy can play defense too. Payne had pulled the string on him, and Winters recovered and broke up the passing lane.
I think if you give him that play again, Stokes would drive the lane and try to put the ball up instead of trying to pass it.
Well, it was a good set play, just a great play by Winters. And there's Leonard, another fine defensive play. Why, Lou Henson has these young Illini really playing defense. Now, he starts 2 freshmen and a sophomore. Stokes scores on the play for his 9th point, and Iowa pulls within 4. Still over 3 minutes. This could be an important 3 minutes here in the first half. Illinois still out shooting him by cuts a mile. That's why they lead, but the lead's only 4. Down low, Derek Harper was fouled by Hansen. Number 1 on Hansen, but number 7 on the Iowa team. So we'll begin the 1-1 right here with Harper.
Watch it again. He lobs it into him over the shoulder, on his back, called the foul. Hansen has taken over the duties now of trying to guard Harper. Earlier it had been Carfino that they had on Harper. Carfino right now taking a rest on the bench.
This guy here may be playing the best guard right now in the Big Ten. Derek Harper, by far having his outstanding year at Illinois. Certainly his best offensive year. He got kind of a bad rap a couple of years ago on the Sports Festival, but he's proven himself here. He's second in the Big Ten with 20 steals this year. Also, he's second in field goal percentage, and he's playing terrific defense. Both ends there increases the Illinois lead back to 6, 36-30. Now there's a change. Alfenberger's replaced by Anthony Welch. So Illinois goes back to its big team now, and Harper will go back to guard.
You know, Jim, you're talking to Lou Henson right now before the game says right now Harper, besides getting his point, might best also be the best defensive guard in the country.
Here's Stokes powering up inside, drawing the foul on Leonard. Stokes has been very active here in the first half. He's 9 points. He's drawn 2 fouls on Leonard. There's another one.
Stokes a little quicker than Leonard. Trying to get around Leonard. Leonard called for blocking on that one.
Well, it's Henson a little bit upset at Leonard, figuring he's a better defensive player than that, but Stokes a tough customer. What a turner, what a difference from a week ago. Well, Stokes is almost ineffective because of foul trouble, and here tonight he already has 10 points, leading his team in scoring and keeping them close right here. He can cut it to 4 with this one.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if they keep Stokes outside a little bit, keeping Leonard away from the boards.
Good movement by the Illinois team. Gets the man-to-man. Bruce Douglas drives the baseline. Not a bad job, not a good shot.
Not at all.
Illinois gets lucky and finds up the rebound. Now down low out from Winters. Nice head pick again by Winters. And rebound is ripped off by Michael Payne. Iowa can pull within 2. They're down 36-32. And it is Stokes down close. Tipped in. I don't believe it by Payne.
Oh!
What a tip in by Payne. Got to see it again.
Fantastic. Put up by Stokes. Watch this one. Reverse. Oh!
That was a controlled tap in by sophomore Michael Payne. Iowa now back within 2 with 1:45 to go in the half. That shot has really got the crowd roaring again. Illinois is spread out right now. Kind of a 4-corner attack. The middle open. Down the middle. There goes the stuff by Leonard. Boy, the key there was the penetration by Douglas. Illinois changing strategy, Ray. They went to a spread right there with 1:45 to go as the lead was cut to 2. Now back to 4.
That's right. Iowa coming out, trying to pick up the player coming down the lane. Didn't pick him up soon enough, and he had the ball.
Let's see how Iowa reacts here. Bounce pass, gets away. Stokes tries to stuff it, cannot. Stokes missed the 2-hand stuff shot, and Illinois gets the rebound. Oh, he almost grabbed the rim for a technical, too.
He did.
38-34. Illinois spread out again. The 4 corners, nobody in the middle. They'll try to drive in there, looking for the back door. Double team, ball batted away. That was no double dribble. Ball batted away from him. 53 seconds to go in the first half. Illinois stalling here with a 4-point lead over Iowa.
Might be satisfied for just one here.
Yep, they'd take the last shot, or they'll take a layup if they can find that. Now they got 6'9" Anthony Welch. Welch will take it all the way in. Welch saw daylight, and he drove to score, and Illinois is up by 6.
Exactly right. Plenty of daylight down the lane. Nobody challenged him once he beat his man.
Now, Illinois in the zone. They've gone to zone defense. They've come out of the man-for-man. They're going to force Iowa shoot outside, and it's Gannon. And rebound is by Derek Harper. Batted away from him. It'll be Illinois' ball. 18 seconds remaining in the first half. Boy, it's been a smart first half here by Illinois. Lute Olson exhorting his team over there. They need a turnover here. They're trailing by 6. Coming down the end of the half. Boy, Illinois scores and gets an 8-point lead at halftime. They'll be in a strong position. Down to 10 seconds. They got plenty of time to set up a shot. Harper, 3-point shot by Harper. The 3-pointer by Harper. And it comes 2 seconds before the gun. Iowa just throws up a desperation shot. But Illinois takes a 8-point lead, its biggest of the first half as Harper hits the home run in the dying seconds, and Illinois has suddenly stilled this crowd here of 15,000 in Iowa. Well, that's the end of the first half with the score. Illinois 43, Iowa 34, 9-point lead. And we'll be back with halftime after these messages. Iowa, the home team, trailing. Here's how the scoring went in the first half. Illinois leads 43-34. Illini were led again by the backcourt of Harper and Douglas, 11 apiece. 9 for winners. And there was one 3-point basket of each team. Harper had one to close out the score in the first half.
Pretty good balance there. What'd you say, Jim?
Yep.
Illini scoring.
And Hansen had a 3-point goal for Iowa. Look at their scoring rate.
Stokes has been the big man. Hansen right behind him. And Payne, I'd like to see a little more scoring out of Payne. At least the Hawkeye fans would underneath. They may force him outside. A couple of those shots where he got the 6 were from outside. Okay, let's go to the second half.
Well, the backcourt got only 9 points for Iowa. Just 2 by Steve Carfino, who's been averaging 11.5 a game. And Derek Harper's on Carfino. That's one of the big reasons. Here we go, second half. And the ball knocked away by Bruce Douglas as Payne trying to move to the baseline. Iowa trying to make up a 9-point deficit here as the second half gets underway. Lob inside to Stokes on a fall away. He draws the foul. Foul will be on Ephraim Winters. First foul by Winters. That'll put Stokes on the line, who had a good free-throwing first half.
Pretty play on the inbound. Payne sets up a block here. He blocks out 3 men. Finally, one breaks through and commits the foul on Stokes.
Stokes was 3 for 3 at the line in the first half. He's been in double figures in all games, and he's got 11 points tonight, so that's going to be 21 straight games in double figures for him. That's the first time he's missed from the line so far. Normally, he's a 60% shooter, so maybe he's due for that after 3 straight. Rebound tip back out to Carfino. Iowa does a good thing. Inside, a hook shot by Payne. Blocked by Winters and pulled down by Leonard. Boy, Winters plays some defense. Another interception. That was a bad pass from Welch. Intercepted by Gannon. Iowa got another chance here to open the second half scoring. This will be their 3rd crack at it. Inside goes Stokes. Rebound by Welch, and this time Illinois will bring it down. Douglas driving for a layup. Bruce Douglas went right for the basket on the fast break, and 11-point lead by Illinois, the biggest of the game.
He got around Carfino, and then he got around the other guard, and that was Hansen.
And Iowa's shown no improvement in shooting. Carfino outside is off the mark. And here's Payne coming out with it. Hansen will try his luck. That breaks another little dry spell. 45-36. The lead is back to 9 points. That was not quite a 3-point play. There you see Illinois. They've lost only 1 time when they've led in the second half. Well, they've got the lead, and we're in the second half. Ephraim Winters is clear, partially tipped, but it still goes in for Winters' 11th point.
Just slid out about 3 or 4 feet from the basket at the baseline. Just a little turnaround and put it in.
47-36. Stokes being guarded heavily by Leonard. Carfino on the baseline. 2 big guys being held down here. Here goes Michael Payne. Rebound comes down to Douglas. A little guard gets it among the trees. Grabs the rebound. Defensive play of Derek Harper and Brian Leonard. Big factors here for Illinois so far. They're holding down Stokes a little bit, and they've cut off Carfino. 47-36. Illinois by 11. Hawkeye fans calling for a rally. The ball bounced off from Winters.
Hawkeyes playing a little closer man-to-man defense, except for there.
There goes Leonard inside, and the foul's going to be on Winters, crashing in over the top. Oh, Ephraim Winters, who played the first half without a foul, now has committed 2.
Gannett goes in to get the rebound. He's up in the air, and then Winters comes in and just puts his arm right around him, or through his arm, and commits the foul.
Winters has committed the 2nd highest total of fouls on the Illinois team, 56. Brian Leonard, 59. But no Illinois player has fouled out yet in a Big Ten game. 47-36, Illinois.
And playing some very good, tough defense, by the way.
Gannon reverses the ball to the right side. Rebound is down to Derek Harper, and he can't hold it.
Yeah, Harper tries to get that ball before it goes out of bounds. It was an air ball. Actually went underneath the net, and he did touch it right at the out-of-bound line.
Illinois by 11. Hawkeyes still haven't picked up their shooting that much. Now they swing it to Hansen. 3-point tries off the mark. And Payne can't hold it. Goes out of bounds to Illinois. Well, Iowa's getting the shots. They just can't connect. Whether Illinois is making them rush a little bit or not, hard to tell. Double team, but Harper too smart for that. He's got a lot of ball handling skills from his point guard play in the last couple of seasons. That beauty's been taken over by Douglas. Here goes Welch off the dribble, hitting. Anthony Welch on the move. And Illinois continues to click on all 5 cylinders.
All right, Welch got high in the air that time and really was hanging in there when he released the ball. Nobody could challenge him on that shot.
There's a 13-point lead by Illinois, and Leonard's a half step slow this time. Gets a blocking foul, and that'll be 3 on Leonard. Let's keep an eye on that.
Stokes gives him just a little fake to the left, then goes to the baseline, and he was ahead by about a half a step. And out of position that time, as you mentioned, was Leonard.
They did that a couple of times in the first half. Maybe Iowa should give the ball to Stokes more. There they go to him. Stokes to the inside, draws another foul. This one on Winters. That's 3 fouls on Winters. Now the beginning to get Illinois' 2 big men in foul trouble.
Little lob into Stokes, and it's on the arm. And Winters not too happy with the call. He thought he had part of the ball up there.
Stokes, who's stayed out of foul trouble tonight, will be back at the line. Missed his only 2 chances here in the second half, but he was 3 for 3 the first half. 12 points for Stokes. He's Iowa's leading scorer tonight. He's their top scorer in the season. 17.7 and almost 7 rebounds a game.
Well, they're calling him the most improved player on this Hawkeye squad.
Full court pressure. Douglas has beaten the press. Douglas coming. Douglas will take it right in there. Blocked by Stokes, who takes it out of the air. Now the pass gets by Gannon, but he picks it up.
Oh, close call. He was running with his head down. Didn't see it coming.
Illinois leads by 11. Iowa thinks they may have something going here. And there's Gannon. Gannon scores, and Iowa's got 4 straight. 49-40. Iowa stays with a full court press. There's Harper, almost had it stolen away. Harper dribbles through players. Harper on the move, and he walks. Another turnover. Illinois getting a little bit out of control. They needed a timeout here. 4 minutes into the second half, and Iowa with 4 in a row has cut it from 13 to 9. And Illinois gets his timeout. So with a score, Illinois 49, Iowa 40. We'll have more Big Ten basketball after these messages. Has defeated Michigan State 74-67. If Ohio State wins at Minnesota, they'll have a share of second place. That would be a costly home court loss for the Golden Gophers.
Well, the Wolverines, by getting that win over the Spartans, elude last place in the conference standings.
Well, that's always a bit of rivalry up there, is it, Ray?
Yep, it sure is.
No love lost there.
And the Wolverines.
16 minutes to go here. Iowa now showing some life. They fell 13 points behind, and Lou Henson called timeout, trying to settle down his young team that includes 2 freshmen in key positions, Bruce Douglas, point guard, and power forward Ephraim Winters.
Well, the Illini a little slow after the timeout coming out, and Olsen wants a technical called on Henson.
Well, Henson stayed with his team out on the court. Olsen came all the way up to midcourt complaining about it. Oh, these coaches hate to give up an edge. Well, there's a change. Illinois in a zone. And the ball's flipped away, but Carfino recovers for Iowa. There's another one almost broken up. Illinois very dangerous out of the zone, thrown away. Iowa turns it over. So Illinois called timeout, switched defensive strategy, and Iowa turns it over. Lou Olson says, well, what do you do?
And what he do, he has got to put some pressure on him.
Full court press. Well, it's been working pretty good. Illinois has not handled the ball that well. They led by 13. It's down to 9. Let's see if they can stop the drought. And it's Derek Harper, and the rebound by Iowa. Ripped off by Stokes. Hawkeyes long pass comes to Payne. No fast break. Stokes off, but will Hansen take the shot?
Smart play by Stokes. He knew that was not within his good range, passed it off, and gave his teammate a chance to get 2.
6 straight points by Iowa, 49-42. They moved the lead from 13 down to 7. Iowa stays the man-for-man. Keeping on the pressure. There goes Welch, stopping on the dribble. Rebound, loose ball, and it'll be a personal foul on Iowa. That'll be on Carfino, number 3 on the Iowa point guard. Now Olsen wants his team to keep its fire going. He's going to keep pressure on.
Montgomery trying to go for the ball. There's Montgomery in there. And right over the top was Carfino.
George Montgomery has come in with Ephraim Winters going to the sideline. Winters had 3 personal fouls. Almost 15 minutes still remaining. 14-45. 7-point lead for Illinois, but their lead is dwindled. Iowa's cut it from 13 to 7. Reach in foul. That'll be on Carfino, number 4. 4 fouls on Carfino, and that may become a very important factor of this game. Carfino goes straight to the Iowa bench. He knows Bergenpass will be coming in to replace him.
You'll see the contact made. Here's a fake by Douglas. And when he goes this way, there's body contact. They let him get away when he put the arm in there. Didn't call it, didn't blow the whistle. Then the body contact was made.
Bergenpass is in to replace Carfino at point guard. Here's Douglas now. Douglas. Lute Olson is furious. He thought he double dribbled. 49-42. Olson really hot here. He thought they missed a double dribble on Douglas, and there's a foul. That'll be on Hansen, reaching in. Second foul on Hansen.
Oh, Hansen not too happy. He thought he reached across and touched the ball, but it sounded like we were hearing some skim. It happened right in front of our table here. Here's the reach in there. No, he commits the foul. Notice how Iowa is picking up Illinois a little further out. Lute Olson again not too happy with the call. What's going on? He said he wanted the double dribble call, as you mentioned, Jim, earlier.
Well, he says that Harper hit the ball with both hands on one dribble, and he may have been right. It's hard to see. 49-42.
Iowa trying to force Illinois out a little further if they can.
Douglas got in too much traffic, and Illinois comes out with it as Leonard picks up the loose ball. Boy, Illini is running some time off the clock here. They got spread out in the 4 corners again after the lead went to 9 points. Well, they've changed their offensive attack, trying to check down Iowa's rally. Very important here that Illinois score. If they go to this spread and don't score, there's a loose ball, and Montgomery has it. Douglas picks up the shot and draws the foul. That will be on Payne. 3 fouls on Michael Payne. Well, Illinois isn't scoring in this stretch, but they're building foul trouble for Iowa.
Exactly right. Taking some time off the clock. The shot goes up, and the foul is called. Basket not made.
Bruce Douglas will go to the line here. He's very excellent in a running type game, but now they're in a slowdown game for Illinois. He gets 2.
Well, when we saw that slowdown and spreading out a little bit in the first half, it opens that lane, and we saw the Illini get in for 2 field goals by driving the lane. They haven't been able to do it against Iowa thus far, but they have gone to the line.
Andre Banks comes in for Iowa, number 14. Bruce Douglas waits for his second free throw. Comes out of a basketball family. He's got an older brother playing for South Florida. That breaks a dry spell for Illinois. 50-42, Illini back to an 8-point lead. Bergenpass now playing in Carfino's role at point guard. Zone defense for Illinois. When Iowa got in his hot streak, Illinois went to a zone and a spread. Here's Stokes in first. They cannot stop Greg Stokes.
The only way the ball was going to get to Stokes was by a bounce pass and not just a direct pass. Good play by Payne setting that play up.
Now here's Illinois spread out again. Douglas flips it under. George Montgomery for a layup, and it's taken away. Iowa definitely now is getting the momentum. They're trailing by 6. They can cut it to 4. Here's Bergenpass. Might have hurried that shot a little bit. Rebound by Gannon. Iowa another chance. Loose ball. Here comes Derek Harper. Harper out in front for the layup. Oh, that was a big play for Illinois. Iowa was really putting on the heat. 52-44. Illini back up by 8.
Yeah, bad pass that time by Birkenpass.
Illinois not getting good, matching up a lot. Here's Stokes on the move. Stokes. Stokes is the one guy who is really killing Illinois. 52-46.
Cannon slid down the lane that time, gave a nice pick to get around and shoot over.
There's a loose ball. Harper will get it for Illinois. What an alert play by Derek Harper. Boy, the fans have really been upset at the lack of calls in this game, but officials, I think, have done a pretty good job. Welch down the middle, hands in a layup that is good by Leonard, and he's fouled. Oh, what a big play. Stokes on the foul, his second. The basket will be good by Leonard, and Illinois stays in control.
Pretty play this time by Welch. Watch him shovel it off to Leonard. Leonard doesn't put the ball down, but drives right to the basket, drops it in, and will go to the line for another one.
Boy, that was a heady play by Welch. Got in there, and he set up Leonard, the big guy, as they double teamed him. 54-46. Well, they're wanting somebody. Who is it? Leonard on the line. Three-point play by Brian Leonard. That gives him 9 points tonight, just 2 under his season's high. Under 12 minutes to go. Illinois back on top of the 9 with a score. Illini 55, the Hawkeyes 46. Let's pause for these messages. Illinois jumped out in front by 13 in the second. Iowa moved to within 6. Iowa shooting a little bit better. They still haven't caught the Illini there.
No, the Illini has slipped a couple from 60 down to 58. Iowa pretty much the same at 42%.
Iowa really made a surge there, but big plays by Brian Leonard, set up by Anthony Welch on a three-pointer. And Harper's basket. 55-46. Ephraim Winters now back in the game with 3 fouls. Carfino stays out with 4 for Iowa. Birkenpass running the team. Weak side pass. Hansen is open. Hansen hit it.
Well, when you hear pass it to the open man, that was the great example.
Here goes Douglas getting in traffic again. The ball knocked loose. Iowa's got it. Hansen coming down. Hansen out of control, but gets inside for layup. Boy, Hansen held on. I don't know how, but watch this.
He beats 3 men. 3 men come down to defend, and I don't know either, but he got it up for 2.
Douglas has been getting in trouble for Illinois, driving into defensive traffic. Twice he's lost the ball. 55-50. 5-point lead by Iowa. Illinois in another rally. They're double teaming the ball. A lot of time yet to go. Almost 11 minutes. There goes Douglas in traffic again.
And they got Stokes plugging up the middle a little bit.
They got the 5-second count on. They got to hurry. You know, if you get the 5-second count this year, defense gets the ball. Harper beats inside the dunk shot by Winters. Boy, Winters thought he was fouled. He gets a solid 2, though. Henson calls for the zone again, 57-50. Now Iowa down. They've done a pretty good job penetrating the zone. There they go to Stokes again. And the rebound ripped off by George Montgomery for Illinois, who leads 57-50. There's how the scoring has gone so far. Illinois has been outscored, but only 2. And there's a foul by Birkenpass. Oh, they got to travel first. I think they are traveling first. Let's see what's going to happen.
I think that's exactly right. He's going to drive the lane here. I don't know how he called the foul on Birkenpass. Here's where all the contact was made. But steps are called. Traveling is called.
Traveling was called before the foul. So no foul on Birkenpass. The ball will be turned over to Iowa. 7-point lead to Illinois. 10 minutes to go in the game. 57-50. Greg Stokes double team. They go right back to Stokes in traffic, and he's fouled. Foul is on George Montgomery. Number 1 on him. number 5 on Illinois as a team. Both teams now 5 team fouls.
All right, we'll see Winters come in here to try to help out. See him come in there, but the foul is called on, as you mentioned, Montgomery.
Stokes at the line will get 2 free throws. He is 5 for 7 tonight. And he has a total of 16 points. Only 2 below his average. There's one of those. So he gets this one. He'll have his game average with almost 10 minutes to go. 9:52.
A better game for Stokes than when they last two got together, these two teams.
That'll cut it to 5. 57-52. Illinois now facing ferocious pressure here from Iowa's defense. Derek Harper, the veteran, goes back and settles things down. Illinois wants another timeout. They don't see him. Out from Winters, gets in traffic, and he is fouled on jump ball.
Good play, Stokes. Stokes again is right in the lane. He's backing off the forward in the corner on the left-hand side. Most of the time, that's been Montgomery out there. When a guy comes in the lane, he comes in, and that created the block shot that time.
Illinois is going to get his timeout. Henson wants to talk to his team again. Last time he went to a zone and a spread, and he's lost a little bit more of his lead. So with a score, Illinois 57, Iowa 52. Let's pause for these messages. Sports stations this Wednesday, February 16. More Big Ten basketball when these Iowa Hawkeyes travel to Bloomington to take on the Big Ten's #1 team, the Indiana Hoosiers. Iowa and Indiana, 2 preseason picks, exciting action here on Metro Sports.
Hey, they did a job on Corey Blackwell today in Wisconsin, didn't they, those Hoosiers?
Yep, after his great game of 34 points, what did he get, 2?
Yep, 2 points. 1 out of 7 shots.
57-52. Man for man by Iowa. Inside now, Welch. Oh, he's a little tentative there. He had an open shot. Wow, Illinois looking for a really good shot now, and then from Winters will take it. Winters breaks Illinois back in the scoring
A
power.
little more penetration that time by the Illini underneath the basket. That's when they brought Winters out, and he was all clear, blocked out.
Stokes tries to get it under, and it's broken up by Illinois. Stokes was going to Michael Payne in the Twin Tower play on the inside.
I think Douglas just got a piece of that one.
Illinois leads by 7 with 9 minutes to go. Boy, Iowa's really come back strong. Hanson's been one of the leaders. There he goes again. Hanson with 16 points. Greg Stokes with 19. 59-54, 5-point lead. Now Derek Harper has to be isolated back here with Banks. Harper takes the young freshman and works his way over the line.
Illini, 3 better on the board so far than the Illini.
They use Harper now handling the ball as much as they can because of his experience. Here's the whistle off the ball. Birkenpass holding. #1 on Todd Birkenpass.
He might have got caught, I think, that time when he was trying to handle Douglas, and Douglas got around. Hanson is screaming at the officials. He almost got a technical.
Well, I think that's only 16 fouls. So one more, they'll go on the bonus. Both teams will be on the bonus after one more Illinois foul, but that is 6 on Iowa. Illinois has 5. And here comes Carfino. So Lute Olson decides now's the time to make his move. Steve Carfino comes in replacing Birkenpass with 8.5 minutes to go. Carfino returning with 4 personal fouls on him. So he's living on borrowed time right here. Lob inside. They get it to Montgomery, who fouls. A basket won't count. Montgomery with an offensive foul. Oh, that was a tough play for Illinois.
I think that ball originally was intended for Winters. He didn't get to it. He's 24, and now you see Montgomery with the ball, and Montgomery called for the foul.
Good call, though, because Montgomery really banged an Iowa player. 59-54. Iowa can pull within 3 points with a basket, and over 8 minutes to go right now. Carfino coming at Carfino on the move. Right off the bench hits his first shot, Carfino. And a 3-point play, and Hanson scores with fouls in backcourt. 3 fouls on Hanson. And they'll test Illinois' free throwing, which really hasn't been all that good this year. 67%.
67%, and that represents a very poor 10th. You can't get any lower in the conference in free throw shooting as a team. Last place.
Iowa has to be careful about who commits the foul because Hansen, Payne have 3 apiece and Carfino has 4. Douglas will go to the line, and he's hit 4 out of 6 tonight.
Hansen a little earlier was very verbal with the officials, and they're going to watch him pretty closely. I think he's not going to get away with too much. He's going to have to calm down.
Here's Douglas. He'll get the bonus shot. This will be the first bonus shot of this ball game either half. 60-56. Illinois lead back to 4. (61-56).
Douglas, pretty cool customer for a freshman.
Iowa hasn't led since the first 10 minutes of the ball game, when it was back and forth for a while. Iowa gets it into Stokes, batted away, loose ball. Iowa gets it back. Illinois had it for a moment, tried to get a break going. Hansen from the perimeter, and rebound down by Derek Harper. Boy, Harper playing another strong game. There's the shooting, and there's the foul. Charging on Douglas. Douglas charging. Oh, that was close. Carfino could have gone out of the ball game, but he made a gutty play and drew the charge from Bruce Douglas.
Douglas, I don't know whether it was his knee or his ankle when he makes the contact here. Carfino has ruled a half possession of that court.
That was absolutely a good call because Carfino was right there, as you saw in the slow motion replay, and Douglas gets up a little slowly. He wants to stay in the game. He's talking with his coach, Lou Henson.
And Henson is yelling out to his player. First of all, he says, hey, he was yelling to the officials about you call a foul on the wrong person. Then when he wasn't getting any place out there, he asked Douglas if he was okay. Then he says, play with more intensity.
61-56. Well, they play more intensity here. They may have a riot breakout. Michael Payne inside. Carfino trying to make things happen. Iowa really was taking patience here, looking for a good shot, playing smart basketball. Hansen's hit a lot of clutch baskets. Now here comes Carfino across. Ball almost knocked loose by Ephraim Winters. Down low to Hansen, spinning. Tipped in by Payne. No, that was Stokes. Stokes on the foul out. 21 points for Stokes.
All right, missed shot here, but Stokes goes right to the basket to get the rebound and gets 2.
Illinois made a mistake in blocking off. Now it's a 3-point ball game. Over 6 minutes to go. 6:45. Illinois wants another timeout. They'll have only 2 left after this one. And 6:47 to go in the game. So with the score, Illinois 61, Iowa 58. Let's pause for these messages. Down to just 3. A lot of time remaining. Usually a situation like this, Ray, if a good team playing at home can keep it this close, more than often they're going to pull it out and win at the end. So we'll see what happens.
Exactly right. All right, here's the scoring, and we saw what the first half, how that ended. And Iowa has nudged its way back a little bit here to close within 3 points.
Outscoring Illinois by 6 points in the first 13 minutes plus of the second half.
Don't forget, these 2 teams are good defensive teams and normally don't give up this many points with this much time remaining in the ball game.
Well, they have a lot of grudges going through. There's the field goal shooting. It remains about the same. Illinois knocked Iowa out of first place last year, if you'll remember, the Big Ten race. Now here's Iowa trying to take Illinois out of second place. Well, it's a good move by Douglas Finn on the double team that used the jump switch double team. Illinois back in a 4-corner spread. They've used the spread here most of the second half, trying to nurse their lead, but it's melted from 13 to 3.
Middle wide open, as you mentioned, and look for somebody under the basket to try to drive the lane on this one.
Well, the thing to just play solid defense. They're trying to double team if they can. Here's Harper penetrating, double dribbles, turns it over. Oh, Illinois is really not protecting its lead with this spread.
Tough call. All right, here he comes down the lane. Loses possession, picks it up, passes off. I don't know about that one.
61-58. Well, Iowa's got the ball and a chance to get within 1. A 3-point basket would tie the score. Illinois, solid man for man. Here's Stokes, who's been hot. 23 points for Stokes. And Iowa trails by 1 point with almost 6 minutes to go. 5:50 remaining in the game.
Well, they were within just 1 point with 11:35 remaining in the first half, and that's the last time they've been this close.
Now, can Illinois get it back? That's the thing. Illinois has slowed things down. Sometimes you can't get it back after that backdoor cut. Derek Harper, under it goes, thrown away by Gannon. Illinois suddenly has become a bumbling team here after playing beautifully to pick a big lead. Now Iowa wants timeout. They got the ball with a chance to take the lead with 5:25 to go. It is 61-60 Illinois. Well, what a season the Big Ten is having. And they're also enjoying another banner year in basketball attendance. At the halfway point of the league race, over 545,000 people have watched 45 league games. That's a mark of average of 12,116. That's just slightly behind the league's all-time record, set the NCAA mark in 1980, an average of 12,422.
You know they got 15,000 in here tonight.
Yep, they have 15,000 here every game. Iowa calls its first timeout with 5:25 to go in the game. They got the ball with a chance to go ahead. Now, Lute Olson, this could be a very big possession. Wants to make sure they score here, and Sunday they'll have the crowd really ripping. Well, Henson, strategy so far really hasn't worked, but it's been more execution, I think, than it has strategy.
Yeah, I think so, too. They're looking at the one-time 11-point bulge that the Illini had early here in the second half, and then went to 13. And after that, it's been Iowa coming back, just pecking away, and picking up a little better on their field goal shooting than what they had, say, for the first half and also for about the first 7 minutes of the second half.
Well, the big difference in the two teams has been Illinois' inability to handle the ball with their spread, and Iowa's hawking defense that's forced a number of turnovers.
And also, they've really taken care of the Hawkeyes on Winters as far as defensing him here in the second half.
And Greg Stokes is having another magnificent game. 23 points already. 61-60. Iowa can take the lead. Crowd now beginning to stand in the end zones. And anticipation here of going on top. Carfino hits Henson, will try to put him ahead. Rebound, Illinois has got it. Here's Welch, double team. Oh, Illinois turns back Iowa's first bid to go ahead.
They were shooting over the Illini zone defense that time.
And Illinois has come out of its spread. They go back now to the regular offense. They've lost a good part of the lead. Now let's see if they can, they've got Douglas posted down low in Carfino. Anthony Wells looks inside, gives it in there to Derek Harper. Harper tries to fire it under, broken up by Iowa. Iowa defense one more time. Carfino to Gannon. Boy, Iowa's inside defense has just been outstanding.
It really has, and again, that time trying to shoot from the inside was Harper. Second straight time he's had the ball batted away and turned it over.
Hanson had a shot a moment ago, almost went, trying to give Iowa the lead. Now let's see what they do. They like to go inside the big guys. Stokes has had the hot hand. Then Stokes and Hanson. Here's Gannon trying to reverse. 1-point lead Illinois. Reach-in foul by Leonard. Leonard's fourth foul. And number 7 on the team. It'll be a 1-and-1. And Iowa can regain the lead right here for the first time since the opening minutes of the game.
Well, they loaded up Stokes that time on a strong side. He came over the right side of the lane. And it was Leonard called for reaching in and over the top.
Stokes' biggest game was 27 against UCLA. And he has 23 now. By the way, UCLA lost today to Oregon State. One of the upsets in the country.
69-65.
Big free throws by Stokes. First one to try and tie it. Rebound tipped back to Iowa. Oh, they still got the ball, trailing by a point.
Good play by Gannon to flick that ball out and keep possession.
Hanson going down. Hanson with a jump shot. Rebound, and Gannon's got it for Iowa. Boy, Iowa continues to get chances here to take the lead. They're trailing by 1 point. They're down to 3:45 to go. Carfino, three-point shot. A three-pointer by Carfino. Iowa leads by 2. First time they've led since early in the game.
And they've really been cold tonight. They've really kept them in check. And he really comes through with a big basket.
Big possession for Illinois. They almost must score here. the jump shot. Oh, air ball thrown up by Leonard. Not a wise shot at all, and Iowa's got it with 3:10 to go. Boy, how this game has turned around. Illinois, after losing the first 4 points of a 13-point lead, went into a spread attack in a zone defense, and Iowa chipped away. And now they lead by 2. Carfino again. Inside to Stokes on the follow. Going right for Illinois. Iowa's taking control.
Stokes pounding the offensive boards, goes right back up and gets the 2.
Listen to this crowd. The Hawkeyes are happy now. Iowa is ahead by 4, matching the biggest lead of the game at 65-61.
I know you've been talking about Stokes all evening, but I think the guy that gave Iowa a little bit of a spark here in the second half is a fellow by the name of Bob Hansen, their guard. When they needed a couple of buckets to close the gap a little bit, he got a couple of crucial baskets, and I thought sort of picked up the momentum for the Hawkeyes.
Well, you're right, absolutely right. When they first started, then he and Stokes really combined. Stokes with 25 points, Hansen with 16, then a great 1-2 punch. Well, that's how Lou Hansen feels about playing close games, and Illinois has done well. They are 9-1 in games that have been decided by 10 points or less. That's an amazing record, losing only 1 time in a close game. And they're in a close one now, but we're 4 points behind with 2:42 to go. And Illinois will have only 1 timeout remaining. Lute Olson hoping to get the same advantage he had on the old Iowa field house. They don't have it yet, but it's coming.
It's what it's going to take a little bit, and maybe this is the start of it tonight. We'll have to wait and see. You know, earlier this season, Lou Hansen of Illinois had talked about he didn't think that he had a good passing ball club. And I tell you, the passing's been a little shoddy here in the last 3 or 4 minutes. It's caused them some turnovers and problems.
Well, turnovers definitely have been the bugaboo for Illinois. It cost them their lead. And that couple, you got to credit the Iowa defense, too. It was very aggressive when Illinois went into the spread, and Iowa did the job. So sometimes if Iowa wins this game, a comeback like this can turn a team on. And remember, it got almost a half season to go in the Big Ten. Iowa's still a good chance. Here's Anthony Welch firing one in. Boy, Welch under heavy traffic cuts it to 2 with 2:24 to go. It's not over yet. Iowa's lead now 2 points. Iowa's got to keep up its intensity. Let's see if they play trying to protect the lead. As Illinois did, it cost them. Nope, Stokes will let it go. 27 points. That equals his career high for Iowa, and 2 minutes yet to go in the game.
That time he took Montgomery to the baseline, turned around, and beat him completely.
In a zone now, Iowa's going to a zone defense. Try to force Illinois to the outside. Illinois still trying to work the ball in. Anthony Welch gets in the corner. He's in trouble. Double team. Oh, what a touch pass to Montgomery for a layup, and he's fouled on the play by Gannon. Oh, good playing by Illinois when it looked like Welch was trapped in the corner.
Can't criticize the Illini's passing on this play. Quickly over into Montgomery, and he goes up and lays it in. But there were 2 quick passes to get that basket, and now they're trying to make it 3 points to go to the free throw line for Montgomery.
Could be a 3-point play, but he's a 51% shooter.
You know, you were talking, Jim, about defense, and you come into this ball game, Iowa, 2nd in defense in the Big Ten. Illinois, 3rd in defense in the Big Ten.
Well, I'll take Indiana for #1. Is that right?
Well, I think you're absolutely right. There's no doubt about it.
Iowa wants a timeout. This could be a big free throw. Cut the lead to 1 point if he hits it. 1 minute, 38 seconds to go. Iowa stops the clock, and they're leading the game right now by 2, 67-65. These Big Ten teams, they can all play defense. Many of them. 67-65. 2-point lead by Iowa. Illinois can make that a 1-point lead if Montgomery completes his 3-point play. But as you told, he only hits about 1 out of 2.
Well, I'll tell you, Henson really gets extra time, doesn't he, before he gets his players out there?
Hey, looks like he's going to come out and play. Here goes Montgomery. Well, that was his time, and it's a 1-point game. 67-6. Now what's Iowa do?
They're going to have to beat off this press if they can.
A minute 35 to go. Iowa's got the ball and a 1-point lead. Both teams on the bonus. Carfino, and he threw it right into Ephraim Winter's hands.
Well, it was tapped behind because causing the turnover. Coming in quickly to flick it out of his hands was Harper from behind.
Illinois got a chance to win another close game. Lou Henson calling the play. There's Altenberger who's come in. Derek Harper wants to hear what his coach is saying.
Well, he wanted a timeout, then he changed his mind.
I don't think so. They got a 1 timeout remaining. They're going to save that. 55 seconds to go. Illinois realized it must score on this possession, trailing by 1 point. I don't think they're waiting for the last shot.
No,
they're just waiting for a good shot. Wouldn't be smart to wait for the last shot here on the road. Boy, Douglas wanted it. He was posted inside. Now there's the timeout. Lou Henson decides you just can't wait any longer. 42 seconds to go. 67-66 Iowa. Illinois has got the ball. And I don't believe how incredibly we come to these dramatic finishes. But Metro Sports has had nothing but one cliffhanger after another. We began everything right here, Ray. Michigan State came in here. Iowa ranked in the top 10 in the country. And doggone Michigan State didn't beat them in a close shot. Now here's Lou Henson. Here's what he has to say. Playing well down the stretch. Now, that might be a little dig at Iowa because that could be a tender point here in Iowa. The way they have lost some opportunities late in the year.
Yeah, that's right. Now, Illinois, of course, has won 4 of the last 5. Iowa trying to make it 2 straight.
You're going to have a double screen over there, looks like, for Illinois. Now, Lou Henson just opposite. He's not at all disappointed in his team play. Had a chance the last couple of years with a good finish to take the Big Ten championship. But he's been getting into postseason play. Been in 9 postseason tournaments. Had good luck against Illinois. You know, it's amazing how close these scores were. At Champaign, Illinois won 62-61. Here, 40 seconds to go. Iowa leads 67-66, but Illinois's got the ball.
A little more quickness now on the Illini lineup as far as up in front as Anthony Welch comes back in at 6'9".
So they go back with a regular starting lineup, with the exception that Montgomery is in for Leonard. Ball almost taken away. It was batted out of bounds by Gannon, so Illinois has got to get the inbounds pass again. That play took 1 second. Now we have 41 seconds to go. And then it goes to Montgomery in backcourt, and Harper just runs back there to get it. Big George doesn't have the greatest hands in the world, as we've seen. 30 seconds to go. Illinois down by 1. Here goes Welch in traffic. Welch off the mark, and it's taken by Gannon. Iowa's got it, and he's fouled in backcourt by Montgomery. Well, Montgomery fouls immediately on Gannon, and Gannon will go to the line for the first time tonight. And let's see, he's a 52% shooter. Well, Montgomery, a 52% shooter, hit one a moment ago. Let's see if Gannon can return the compliments.
Well, it's not a great shot taken by Welch, not at all. Wasn't even close.
Well, he was committed, and once more, you credit Iowa's fine defense. They made him take an off-balance shot. Mark Gannon broke out of his little slump here tonight. He scored 8 points. That's better than his average, and here could be the biggest free throw of the game. 1-1. Two-point Iowa lead. Bonus shot to come for Gannon. Now, even if he makes it, Illinois still has the three-point basket if that's what they need. 22 seconds to go. Illinois got it, trailing by 2. Now, will they go for the win or go for the tie?
I think they'll go for the tie.
Derek Harper, Bruce Douglas. Douglas on the fall-away shot, and Iowa's got the ball. And Iowa's a foul on the play. 6 seconds to go, and Stokes is fouled. Well, Illinois had 2 shots at it. The foul is on Harper, his third. And Stokes, who's been the hero of the game, will go to the line.
But I'll tell you something. We saw the Illini making those baskets with ease in the first half, and even early moments of the second half. They haven't been coming easy here within the last minute and a half or.
Well, Stokes conceivably could put it out of play, put it out of reach. He gets a 1-and-1, hits both ends. He has equaled his career high, 27 points. He scored that against UCLA. And now he's here for the 1-and-1 with his team on top by 2 and 6 seconds remaining. Big shot. Illinois gets another chance. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Derek Harper, three-point shot. And Iowa wins it. Iowa wins at the buzzer. Harper misses, and Iowa takes the lead. Victory by 2 points, 68-62. Oh, what a comeback by Iowa. They trailed in the game by 13 points, and they come back to win it by 2, 68-62, but not before dodging the bullet twice here in the final seconds. Well, we know Luke Olson has to be delighted with this one. His team had been on the ropes. And that's the final story here tonight. So along with Ray Lane, this is Jim Packer saying so long from Iowa City, Iowa. And we'll be back after this. There's the final score, 68-66.